Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Randy Marty. I'm number 3. Today I will explain the topic is intercultural communication. Well, communication has always been an important need of all societies since the time of our cave dweller and explorer. People have been communication in different way. And the race drive feature on Central America Indians are communicated using tremble and smoke in wars. So soldiers uses stoppers to communicate top secret. Letter and the telephone were the next step in communication. Finally, in the present century, most of communication process is done through the internet. Communication can be defined as the exchange of meaning. This involves the sending and receiving of information between a sender and a receiver. This heaviness not only through the use of words, but also through non-verbal factors such as gesture and facial expression. The message received can be very different from the message was sent. Well, the first, source. The source is the person with an idea or the desires to communicate it. The second, encoding. Unfortunately or very fortunately, humans are not able to share thoughts directly. Your communication is in the form of a symbol representing the idea you desire to communicate it. Encoding is the process of fitting an idea into a symbol. The symbol into which you encode your thoughts vary. 3. Mistakes. The term message identifies the encoded to. Encoding is the process, the verb, the message in the resulting object. 4. Channel. The term channel is used technically to refer of the means by which the encoded message is transmitted. Today is a call media. 5. Noise. The term noise technically refers to anything that distorts the message. The source encoded noise can be of many forms. External noise can be the sound and other stimuli that draw your attention away from the message. Internal noise refers to your thought and feeling that can interfere with the message. Semantic noise refers to how alternative meaning of the source symbol can be distinguished. 6. Receiver. The receiver is the person who attends to the message. Receiver may be international, that is, they may be the people the source desired to communicate it with, or they may be any person who come over and attends to the message. 7. Decoding. Decoding is the opposite process of encoding and just as much an active process. The receiver is actively involved in the communication process by assigning a meaning to the symbol received. 8. Receiver response refers to anything the receiver does after attending to and decoded to the message. The response can range from doing nothing to taking action or action that may or may not be the action desired by the source. 9. Feedback is referred to the protection of the receiver response of which the source has knowledge and to which the source attend and sense meaning. Wise 10. Context. Generally, context can be defined as the environment in which the communication takes place and the which help define the communication. If you know the physical context, you can vary with a high degree how. A. Barriers to intercultural communication. 1. Attitude. Simple cases. Globalization means that there is now one business culture everywhere in the world. B. If they want to do business with me, then they have to adapt to my culture. C. When an Indonesia does the Indonesia do. It is impossible to generalize cultures. There are many differences. Today I work with Indonesia. Tomorrow I'll meet my American partners. I can possibly learn all I need to know about all the culture I have to deal with. F. What I need when I go abroad is a list of do's and don'ts. G. Intercultural training just confirms stereotypes. 2. Perception. The first that people perceive the same things in different ways is particularly important in intercultural communication. The way we perceive is culturally determined, and the general lack of awareness of this is another barrier to intercultural communication. 3. Stereotype. A stereotype is a precise idea or image that many people have a particular type of person, thing, or even but something it is not true in reality. Generation and categories are necessary, but when they are too right, they can be a barrier to the expected impression of situation. 4. Interpretation. 1. Perception checking. The aim of perception checking is to ensure that our interpretation of the other person's behavior is what he or she means it to be. First, we have to describe what we took the other person mean before asking if this interpretation is correct. 2. Listening expectantly. It is important to distinguish between hearing, the physical process, and listening, which involves much more attention, and including absorbing new information, checking in with what you already know, categorizing is selecting idea, and predicting what is coming next. 5. Culture shock. Culture shock is participated by the entity that results from losing all of familiar things and symbols of social intercourse. These things are caused included the 2001 ways is ways we orient ourselves to the situation of daily life. 6. Nonverbal behavior. While language is the primary means of communication, nonverbal behavior also communicated. Nonverbal pattern include gesture, facial expression, eye contact, body movement, touching, and the use of space and time. Gestures are an arbiter of misunderstanding because they might have different meaning. B. Cultural learning. Picture 4.2 show different phases of cultural learning. At the lowest level is the belief that all people are alike. Then come a recognition that there are differences and expectancies of the differences, think way of synthesizing the different ways of thinking and making things run simply. C. Dealing with difference. Use the following statement to reflect on how well suited you are to be an international student employed. How many are true you? 1. I'm a sociable person and have a lot of friends. 2. I enjoy travel and learning about new culture. 3. I have always been good at learning language. 4. I enjoy dealing with ambiguation. 5. I'm tolerant of people who disagree with me. 6. I'm prepared to change plans according to what happens. 7. I'm a good listener. 8. I can cope with stress. 9. I have experience working abroad. 10. I have partner or family who are also keen in living abroad. 11. I am fascinated with things don't work out as I want them to. 12. I prefer to work in a team rather than on my own. The more of those statements you can honestly agree with. D. Improving intercultural communication. It is essential that people research the cultures and communication convention of those whom they propose to meet. This will minimize the risk of making the elementary mistake. It is also prudent to set a clear agenda to so that everyone understands the nature and the purpose of the interaction. 1. Break the expectation. Everyone makes or has impatient about other assumptions are believed rather than objective, true, and are usually influenced by a number of subjective factors. 2. In order to come to appreciate and understand people from different cultures. Empathy is vital to putting yourself in someone else's shoes. You come to see or appreciate their point of view. 3. Involving others in text, education, making empower and very strong relationship. Using intercultural diversity is in essence a more creative approach to problem solving as it incorporates different points of view. 4. This crazy herd mentality. Herd mentality refers to a closest and one-dimensional approach as a way of thinking creativity, innovation, and advancement as people are rhetoric in how to think, approach, and energy with people or challenging intercultural communication can only flourish and therefore contribute if people are encouraged to think as individuals, bring their cultural influences to the table and share ideas that may be outside the box. 5. Avoid risk instinctive behavior. People can and to behave inculturally in insensitive ways by attacking someone person. You attack their culture and therefore their identity. Okay everyone, thank you for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.